That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It is now time for Conversations with My Cuz. And let me introduce you to your cousin, her cousin, his cousin, my cousin, all of our cousins. We have Michelle with one L, Shay Lachey, and representing the brothers coming from Honda DJ booth, we have DJ Big Rob. Now, ladies and gentlemen, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Hey.
Welcome to Conversations with My Cuz. I am Shay Lachey.
And it is me, your girl Michelle with one L.
And I'm Brother Love, DJ Big Rob.
Hey, Rob.
What's going on?
Welcome to the season finale.
Season 4.
Nice.
Season 4. Wrapping it up, y'all. Another season down. That's what's up. I think we're doing pretty good. What y'all think?
I would love to hear what y'all think. Hey, Kenya, we see you in the chat, girl.
Hi, Kenya.
Yes. Everything is good on our end. What has been going on with you, Rob?
Ain't nothing good. Working over the weekend.
Working.
Working on. Shout out to Jimmy over the old bar.
That's where you was
Are
rocking
you
at
at the old bar this weekend?
No, I did a pop-up.
Oh, nice.
You can walk in your spot without, them wanting the laptop. Rob, you got your laptop. You know what it is.
Oh, you got to get on. You got to get on all the time.
When you're fabulous.
All right. Well, it's nice.
Well,
nice to be here.
We need to do our toast. I want to make a toast too. We were out and about today. We went to a sister empowerment event. A lot of great vendors were there and had a lot of great things. We did a lot of networking, met a lot of great people. I love to see our people come together in such a positive environment and make it do what it do. So we're gonna toast to the Sister Empowerment Brunch today.
Yes, we are. But
and to the brother Ben. What's his last name? Ben Miles. Yes,
he's like the mayor of Harlem. Like, you have to know him. He knows everything that is going on in Harlem, and he has been very influential in helping women promote our businesses and build our businesses up. So big up to Ben.
Well. And also big up to what we drinking, what we sipping on today.
Kamani Ice.
This is one of the vendors out there. Got two types of rum and some fruit juices. Yeah. And it's really, 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 really good.
It is very good.
So shout out to Frank and
Kai.
Because I almost forgot
that doesn't have an iPhone.
That needs an iPhone. Hey, y'all.
We gave him a lot of mess today. He had a good sense of humor about it, though. So that was a really good thing.
Yes. So shout out to the chat. Hey, everybody. Hey, Phil. Hey, Celeste. Hey, Artist D. What's going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in.
What's going on with you, DJ?
Well, DJ,
I'm just trending.
Trolling and trending.
Trolling, looking not minding my business on Instagram. And
as usual,
I popped up that Wendy. She's a little upset because they took her money. They froze out her account. And right now she can't get into her Wells Fargo bank account. And from what I understand, the manager used her American Express card to retain an attorney to have somebody look over her account because she might be incompetent.
Wow. Yeah, so we got a little clip though from Wendy telling us about what's going on. We got a short little clip, so let's go to the videotape
about keeping me away from my money. This is not right. And this is not fair. And this guy named Bernie Young, I know for a fact that Bernie Young used my American Express card to hire an attorney to file a petition against me. That was done with my American Express card. Bernie Young, you're no good. And this is not fair at all, you know? And then there's this person,
I think it's messed up how they're handling her, or how they're treating her. I mean, it's clearly something. We all know that there's something going on with Wendy.
Right, but is she incompetent like that?
Right,
that is really
right.
a question.
They're trying to say that she's incompetent.
And are they the right people to manage her and take away her finances?
Right.
Like it's really
Who actually makes that decision though?
right. And you have to wonder, like, you need to have some things in place. I think people
Yeah.
need to think about that. If something should happen to you, who would you trust to handle your business if something should happen?
That's what they were saying from the manager when this all started with when what's her name, Cheryl? Who's the host, comedian that filled in for her? She has Wendy's spot now.
Oh, Shepherd. What's her name? I can't think of the first name.
Sherry Shepherd.
Sherry
That's it.
Shepherd. Sherry Shepherd. Mm-hmm.
Right, and she had no real acknowledgement that Sherry was taking the show over, and it's through the same production company.
So they just was doing her kind of dirty.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, you really have to, and yeah, like Celeste said, you really have to have trustworthy people around you. But sometimes you think you do.
You don't know that they're
not until they're not. Until they're not.
Fire. Then they like, wait a minute, who's in my corner?
Right. And that's kind of sad.
Yeah, well, she missed almost the whole season as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that might be it's just sorry, but we got to figure it. I'm wishing her the best, but she's gonna come back though.
Yes, and I think the whole with the thing with her husband, all of that kind of took her on a she just kind of spiraled. The stress of it all. The stress of it all.
Because if you're incompetent for a while, let's say you just emotionally, mentally going through some things, and you need a break, right? Does that mean take over my whole account?
Right.
Just, that I can't handle my finances? Was she doing things, irresponsibly that would cause them to do that? Or did you just say to yourself, well, I'm going to just go ahead and handle her money for her?
Right. So and then you're using her American Express card. I mean, she had a whole lot of money.
Yeah.
I like to get a hold of that. I like to get a hold of that.
Let me get some of that there to help her out. I don't know. But yeah, so it's an odd thing. But what else is going on?
So yeah, that was the only thing that's trending this but what about this? I want to talk about really quick Kylie Irby. Am I saying his name right? Because I might have said it wrong.
Yeah. That's it.
Did I say it right? Yeah, they're letting him play now, right?
You said it right.
That's what I read. That they're letting him play now without being vaccinated.
Well, all sports figures.
So
it's all sports figures
across the board,
right? But the issue is now is that the crazy part with this is that now the fire department, the police department, and all the hospitals and the unions want to fight with Eric Adams over the situation because why can't everybody go back to work unvaccinated?
Yeah, I was reading something like that. So if you're gonna let them play unvaccinated, all the people that lost their jobs need to be able to go back to work as well. So I said it was a big thing with Stephen A. Smith. He was going off about it.
Yeah, it's a lot. Like it has to be fair across the board.
Yeah.
Like it shouldn't be different for sports than it is for anyone else that has to go to work.
But don't you have to be fully vaccinated to even go into the garden? Or did they lift that?
Well, I know that it was when I went the last time. You had to be vaccinated.
Oh, wow.
So there's that.
I don't know.
Yeah, so we're gonna move on. Look at that there.
Well, hey there. That's funny.
But, yes.
No, I was just trying to figure out. Yeah, but that thing with the city is crazy. It's going to be a lot of pushback with that. We're going to see later.
It's definitely going to be a lot of pushback because I see people are pushing back already.
I know I would be. I'd be like, wait a minute. He could make his
You
millions
gonna
of
give me
dollars.
my
What
job
about my
back? I'm about to get my
$39.95
job
an
back.
hour?
Well, it sounds
My
like
boss.
well, you know, it's the Yankees. The Yankees is the greatest team ever.
Okay.
That's who did it. That's who changed it.
Next to the Mets.
No,
I don't care about y'all. I don't care
that's
about
who
y'all.
changed it.
Whatever. Mets all day. Mets all day.
Boo.
Anyway, guess what time it is?
What time is it?
It is time for Let Me Ask My Cuz.
Hold
I
on.
have an announcement. I think I'm gonna retire. Let me ask my cuz after the season.
What the hell's wrong with her?
I think I'm gonna retire. Let me ask my cuz. Not the segment, maybe the song. So this might be the last time you guys hear it. If you want to hear it again, we need some votes. Let me know if you want to hear the song. Okay.
Oh man, I mean,
Sing.
I had to make an announcement. I'm feel like I'm Flash. I'm Flash now. I got a side deal. All right, so maybe for the final time, let me ask my cuz.
Big Rock, we here, brother love.
It's the cousin, y'all. It's the cousin. Hey.
Y'all a mess.
So let us know in the comments if y'all want to hear it. Coming next week, this is finale. So maybe I'll think about bringing it back. I think I need to increase in my pay
From 0 to 0.
from, since I am conversations. I'm joking.
Yo, Shay, you see what's going on, right?
Listen, this is gonna be my last day.
Be next announcing that she's going
Last
single.
day.
She's like,
I'm going solo.
she going solo.
Excuse me.
She gonna be like, it's just a conversation by myself.
Hey, you mama, I know act the fool, but all right. So, okay, you want to go first, Shay?
Do I?
I mean, you can, or I can.
You should.
All right. So this is not necessarily a question. This is something I actually saw on Facebook, and it was a post somebody put up, and it says, "Stay single if you love hard. People don't value that kind of love anymore." Well,
Yeah, that made him drink. I don't agree with that at all. I think that if you love hard, I think you just have to be selective about who you choose to share your love with. But I don't think that this should ever be a situation in life or your expectations to the point where you allow people who may not value it to take that out of your life. Because being in love and loving is such a wonderful feeling that you should always be seeking to be in a place of love, in my opinion.
Agreed. I agree
Look
with
at
that.
this huffer.
Look, I think he has something to say.
Let's hear it, Rob.
Let me ask y'all young ladies a question, though. Y'all talk about being in love, right? When you're younger, right, those butterflies and all that crazy googly love, and we old now. We don't feel that way no more. Stop it.
It's not true.
That's not true.
It's not true.
We too much thought behind. We took too much thought into relationships right now. You understand? Loving hard is definitely a issue with people.
Is it really? Okay.
Yeah, it is, because sometimes loving hard has an issue with rejection.
Okay.
You understand?
Because most times you hear people that say that, from my opinion or from my viewpoint, what I know, people say it usually after they've been hurt. I love too hard. I don't got time for somebody playing with my heart and blah 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 blah. But I feel like I don't think you should dumb down your love because people don't value it. So that means that the people that you have chose to love in that way don't value your love. So you may have given it to the wrong person.
Or maybe too quickly.
Or too quickly, right.
There are those people, and I know you probably had this experience where you meet somebody and you be like on the first or second date and they already talking about, yeah, girl, I'm gonna marry you.
Yeah, see, that's love being ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, that's
but
being ridiculous.
You meet those kind, they all in immediately. And then when they get hurt or it doesn't work out, it's because they didn't vet the person well enough. A statement that I hate to hear that I've often heard guys say is, I like who likes me back. And that always was for me a statement that says that they're not being selective about who they choose to have in their life when people make that statement to me. That I just never like that statement. I like who likes me back.
Yeah, I think you got to be selective who you love. You can't just be giving your love away all willy-nilly.
Yeah, all willy-nilly.
Just because I think I love him. He's the one. Yes, and you start going crazy, doing everything. All willy-nilly. And he ain't doing nothing.
What about this? And don't start with me. Don't start.
Oh, okay. That means you're about to say something crazy.
I got a question. Does loving hard have anything to do with the salami?
It absolutely does not. It absolutely does not. What did teacher say? I agree with the statement to an extent. Don't think you should stay single, but if you don't find people on the same plane as you, you might as well stay to yourself. I agree. I mean, you got to find what works best for you. Don't just go loving on everybody. I mean, in your relationship, I don't mean in that way. I mean, you can love who you love, but be careful with who you give your love to, because it may not be reciprocated, and then they might label you as crazy or emotional or with a whole bunch of different titles that are really not who you are.
And loving hard doesn't necessarily mean that it has to be unhealthy.
Shout out to Jerome.
We'll start with him. See, I'm starting with y'all.
It doesn't necessarily mean that you're loving in an unhealthy way, but if you love someone and you're all the way in a relationship and that person is not, then that's the part that you have to really think about whether or not you want to give that much of yourself. So that's really where the problem lies for me.
Here goes the questions. Can you control who you love?
I mean, the heart does what the heart wants to do, but I guess you can decide whether or not you choose to continue to give that to someone.
Yeah.
You could still care about them and be like, I'm not going to be with you because you're unhealthy for me.
I mean, people can misconstrue love to be something else. You could be heavily in lust.
Salami.
With someone. Yes. You could be heavily in lust with someone and say that that's love. I say that that's love. Now, loving someone and showing someone love are and can be two separate things. Agreed. So
yes,
you can't, I really believe that you can, love who you love, but just my thing is, if you love somebody, love them because you love them, not because you're looking for them to love you back.
But the thing is too is, how about this? When it comes to love, I go by the saying, love who loves you. I really like that. But you have to love yourself first before you love anybody. So my thing is, if you love hard and that person's not good for you, but you love yourself, then you have to remove yourself from that situation.
Yeah, because I really feel like if you love, I don't think you stop loving people.
No, you don't. But
you don't stop loving people ever. I mean, you might not be with that person, but does that mean your love stops for them? No,
I think it becomes a different kind of love.
Yeah.
Like being in love with someone and loving someone is two different things. And so in that sense, you can still love them, but you just don't want them in your life in that way.
And love who loves you kind of comes off to me a bit selfish in a way.
No, it don't.
I'm just saying, like, it just seems like, okay, well, I'm just gonna hold off on my love until I know.
No. What that really means is, if the love is not reciprocated, you got to think it moving on. You can't make something work if it's not working.
Well, yeah, I get what you're saying. Love who loves you. I wouldn't just say you go around loving on somebody and they slapping you in your face, or they or they're not showing you anything. I mean, it has to be some sort of reciprocity in order for you to keep love. But do you stop? I mean, you can love them from where you at. And they could be over there. All right, you know what? I'm gonna love you from here and let you go on about your business because this is not working.
Right.
But that's what I'm saying. So you have to move on.
Yes, yes.
Agreed.
If you're in a situation where you're not getting whatever it is you need from that
But
situation,
and
then
the
yes,
thing
you
is,
absolutely
and the
should
thing
be.
is, when you're loving, right? When you're loving somebody like that, you want to feel that same love in return. If you don't, then you're going to feel bad about yourself in the relationship. It's going to affect your self-esteem.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? It might affect the way you throw the salami down at times. Like, damn, why she
no,
ain't loving
no,
me the way I'm loving up?
we're not
You
gonna
Let
do
me
that.
ask you a question. Do you think that in relationships, people love each other equally?
Mm.
No, but the thing here, but here goes the thing. It has to measure up because
Okay.
at times you fall in and out of loving relationships. I might not love you today because you probably really piss me off. You understand? I'll love you more tomorrow. You know, if something
Is
else
that
happens.
falling in and out of love? Well, that's just because I don't feel like being bothered with you today, but you still love me
No,
the same.
but at some times you do fall in and out of love in relationships. That's the thing. And that's where the work comes in. That's when you have to fight for your relationship.
And that I don't agree with.
I think
I
I
don't
don't
agree with
agree
that.
either. I think that when you love someone, you love them, and whether or not it's intense at a point in time can be a little bit different. Like it can cool off, but it doesn't go away.
No,
I think
it
you
doesn't.
love people,
No,
right?
right. But the thing is, you could be in love, right? And then you can love. At certain points in a relationship, you could be in love. And today
Correct.
you could be
Yes.
loving. You understand what I'm saying?
I agree.
Yeah,
Okay.
if I'm
So-
in love with you and that changes to just love, I'm probably not gonna be with you anymore.
It might
Because
not
I feel like I want to be in love with my mate. Like there's no I'm not if there's no light switch. Today I'm in love, tomorrow I'm not.
but it's constant work. It's constant
Yeah,
work.
but I don't know. When I say I'm in love with you, that means I'm in love with your whole heart. I'm in love with the being that you are. You might do something to piss me off. Doesn't mean I fall out of love with you.
So let me ask you a question. When the salami start going bad, do you still be in love?
Because the salami could go bad because you are old, or the
Would you-
salami could go bad because I am
didn't-
still in. Because, like I said, I am in love with your being. I'm in love with your heart. I'm in love with the person that you are. I'm not in love with your salami. Okay.
Okay, so that no, then that's it. The salami get bad, it just get bad. We still in love.
Yes. You said
Yes.
love.
Yes.
All right, shout out to love.
That's it. Shout out to love.
I got another let me ask my cuz question, okay? Because I just can't.
Come on, hit me because I got something to say.
Here we go. Would you be at ease to express to your partner what good you saw in your ex?
Yes.
I'm gonna ask. Okay.
Okay. For me, I mean, that really depends on how that conversation is flowing, because I'm just not bringing up my ex in my current relationship. I don't need to let my current know what good my ex was for me. Like, I don't see the validity or the point in that.
For me, I guess it wouldn't be every ex, right? The only one that I really ever would talk about is my kid's father, because he's still relevant, right? And if we're having a conversation and it comes up that there's some quality about him that I appreciated, I could share that. But I'm not going to go down a litany list of all the things that I thought was great about him. That just wouldn't be a good thing. Like, you got to be all these things plus whatever you bring into the table. It brings in too much idea that there's comparison.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. Why am I bringing him up to what? To make my parent feel some type of way, or my ex used to,
Yeah, he was a good
my ex
guy.
was a good.
Open up
Right.
things. He complimented me all
Exactly.
the time.
And look what I got from you.
And I get flowers every Friday.
Exactly.
So, but here it is, and I see why we're from Mars and y'all from Venus,
No, we're
because
from Earth. We're from Earth.
yeah, okay. Anyway, and I get it, because to me, if somebody can openly talk about their ex without no emotions involved, then that will be a great thing. Because to me, if I could sit and talk about an ex, right, and it's not an emotional thing, that means I'm past that. I'm past that already. I'm not even thinking about that. About say, oh yeah, she moved up, she got a good job, and this, that, and other.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? So to me, if a woman can have a conversation with me on that level, then I know he's not a threat later on.
Now that I understand what you're saying, when you're speaking about them in the way that, yeah, they're doing good. Yeah, my ex is doing great. But see, I guess I'm taking it.
Because y'all not from around here, like I said.
From what? No, not from emotions. No, what I'm saying is, would you be at ease to express to your partner what good you saw in them? So that means I'm sitting there telling him about all the things that I saw in that person that would make me want to be with him.
And I think that might bring up some insecurities.
It could,
especially if they don't have those qualities.
Right.
You can't go around telling them how great the ex was. Like, oh, now I'm with you.
Yeah, right. So I'm like, I just leave my ex out the unless my ex is still relevant, like we have children together or something like that. That would probably be the only ex that I would bring up. And that's
well, yeah, that's true too. It would have to be something like the kids or anything.
Yeah, I mean, just to bring up a random ex that I was dating before him, I don't even really see a need to bring that person in the conversation at all.
Just be like, my ex cooked his ass.
Oh, yeah, he made that barbecue chicken. Well. Now he in the kitchen.
Well, he better come cook for both of us. Be a fight.
Exactly.
Like, wait a minute.
Exactly.
You can't even boil water.
So I mean, and like you said, I think the best way I would speak about an ex is if they're in a space of doing really well, and I'm happy for them.
Clearly moved on.
Yeah, and they moved on, and I'm happy for them.
Great idea.
Yeah. She said my ex salami was grass fed.
My ex salami.
That's hilarious.
Here they go. And it had to be a woman to talk about.
Yes, yes.
That's right.
Look, maybe said her ex knew how to rub her feet right. So I'm saying, how are we talking about our exes? Like, I mean, I'm not trying to make my current feel some type of way.
Feet in your current man's face.
Yeah, well,
like, you better figure it out.
Yeah. Touch them pressure points.
Make me have to get my feet rubbed.
Well, my ex used to run a bath water for me when I came home. You walk in the door, it's bubbles in the tub. Okay, you're doing good. So no, in that way, I probably wouldn't do that. So
yeah, I think that's one conversation, and then you don't need to have it again. And that might be at the onset of when you kind of first meeting and you're really just level setting, so what happened in your last relationship? I would speak of my ex in positive ways.
All the time.
I would not tell them whatever the breakdowns were, except whatever I felt I did wrong.
Yes, me too.
Right. So I would be accountable for the things that I did wrong. And then in turn, if I have nothing positive to say, then it would be like,
we just broke up.
Well, but I won't say anything negative because I don't think that that's a fair thing.
Yeah, I mean either. I would never speak about the ex. I wouldn't put any breakup on the ex. Even if I feel that it was their fault, I probably still wouldn't say that.
Yeah.
I got a question though. And this comes up a lot in relationships. When you have that argument and you get you doing the same thing he did. Oh, he did this. It was a bad issue or something or he cheated or whatever the case may have been. And now it's like, you're doing what he did. Your behavior starts to become the same. And I think you're doing X, Y, and Z.
Yeah, that person that's doing that needs to really go. It does happen in people who might not necessarily still be over the last relationship.
That's what I think it is too.
You're still carrying that baggage. You're still carrying that baggage. You still have some unhealed trauma going on in your life, and you're not, you got to deal with that, because I'm not going into the next relationship talking about what he did. Now don't get me wrong. Now you might see some signs of somebody that you're starting to date that may be a red flag. Some people, the red flag thing.
I wouldn't say it though. In my head,
probably wouldn't say it. I'm like, is this a pattern? Then you kind of got to watch that to see how that's going to progress.
Just choose the
same right. Right.
Oh no.
That's just a conversation. That's not a conversation. But it's just a different salami. That's it. So that's not a conversation I'm having with him though.
No, I'm not.
But that makes sense.
And see, Tamara said, then that's their issue to deal with because you're the only common factor between the two. Agreed. And now I have to decide if this is something I want to deal with, because if I'm looking at you and you doing everything my ex did, I mean, I done got with the same man again.
Yep.
So
And we do that sometimes.
We do that.
But people do attract the same person.
They do it. Yeah. I mean, you attract the same person. And it could be
And
because
if
of
it didn't work for you
you.
the first time, then it's something that you probably need to like check in.
Yeah,
yourself
figure
to
out
make sure
why
that
you
that's not
keep
happening.
getting into these situations.
Yeah, well, you know, Ra's second to none, so that'll never happen. You know, they always looking for another Ra. You know, they just never happy. Shout out to me.
Okay. All right.
All right. Well, shout out to Brother Love. Shout out to Brother Love. Where we going? Shout out to the Brother Love.
Ra's.
Well, we're gonna move on to the topic of the show. You know, we just gave y'all a little tidbit of
This is a wonderful topic that our DJ Brother Love kind of brought to the table. So, do you want to introduce it, or do you want us to?
Now I'm gonna let y'all do it because you know I can't wait till y'all answer. I've been waiting. I've been waiting all week.
Well, let's go. Let's go.
We had this discussion in one of our meetings that we be just kicking it, and DJ Big Rod asked this question: if a woman says she doesn't need a man, does that mean she doesn't want a man? And that is the conversation.
And the good thing about this, I really want these facts. I really want them to be involved because I really don't want to have this conversation with y'all. The chat.
Oh. What? Okay, let me drink to that.
What? Yeah, me too.
You didn't like our answers, that's why.
That's exactly the reason. But that's okay. We're gonna talk about it. But we're gonna let you start it off because this is your topic.
Tell us what you thought, and then we're gonna talk about that.
Okay, well, my thought of it is because Brother Love, I come from a place of positivity. That's first. You understand what I'm saying? When you love, you think about love all the time. It's never a negative situation. So to me, when a woman tells me that she doesn't need a man, I don't take it as that, because you know what? I don't want you to need me. I want you to want me. You know what I'm saying? I want you to be I want to be an option for you.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, because you got to be a woman to me that can have anybody you want, but I'm that man you want to be with. So to me, it's like a woman that needs a man makes it a crippling situation. You understand what I'm saying? You need him. If you need a man, you understand what I'm saying? Then you gonna take anybody? I don't want you to need me.
Tamara said, damn all that. If you want a man, then you need a man.
Nah.
How about this? What is a woman saying if she says, I don't need a man?
See, here you go. You coming from that place of negativity, Brother Love.
I'm asking.
It's a question.
Love, baby. I come from love. If you say I don't need a man, I'm not even having no more conversations with you.
Because if a woman says to you she doesn't need a man, that's it.
Chat.
Well, I mean, I guess I can agree with that, because from most times when we hear a woman say that, it's coming from a negative space.
Otherwise,
right,
why would you say it? Like, when would that conversation come up?
Well,
I don't need a man.
I think a woman do it all the time. Like, especially when I play parties, that's the first thing I say to get women crazy.
I don't need no man. That if I can do it by myself because I'm independent. And
yeah, I want you to be independent. I want all of that. I don't want.
But here's again, for me, I feel like that I am an independent woman. I feel like I take care of myself. I handle my own business. I do everything I do for myself. But I still need a man, because there are certain things that I can't do that a man can do. So there's a necessity.
What is it? Tell me, please. Tell me. Please say nothing.
He can take out the garbage.
No. Don't let us talk about the backstage conversations. I'm going to give you a chance. I got my finger on it. Just tell me.
I didn't really want to. I didn't want to.
What you need?
I can't have sex without a man. I mean, of course, there's self-pleasure. Of course, you can please yourself, but there's a big difference. So I need a man for that. It's not all I need him from,
Is
though.
that
For
the
then.
salami?
I'm not shouting out the salami. I'm not shouting out the salami. But so I do need a man, but not only for that, though, you know, because masculine energy is needed in my life. And not just for
protection,
right,
companionship.
Right, but you don't need that. You want that.
You don't need protection.
That's a desire.
And companionship.
Because anybody can protect you.
Michelle can't protect me.
I sure can. We both gonna be sitting there going.
Yeah. But my man Ray just came home from doing 20 years to protect you too. That ain't got no job.
But he's a man though.
But if you need that, then that's what you need. Take that then. Because you need.
We need protection. No, those are the things that we would need a man for.
No, those are the things that you will want. You don't need it.
Well, we do.
Because you could call 911.
But if he's sitting right next to me, then I might not have to. Wait, Tamara said, because here's the thing, you wanting a man is you needing a man.
I need that. I live in the hood.
Wait, why is the thought of a needing a man such a negative connotation?
Exactly. That's what I said.
Why is it though? But because most times you hear that and it's taken negatively.
Because I feel it has a lot to do with the context that you say.
You say it in, yeah.
Because if I don't need it, there's no reason to have the conversation except that I want you to know that there's no worth, right? That I don't feel that there's any worth in having you in my space. So I'm saying it to you, and I'm saying it in a way to diminish your value.
Right.
So I'm not being positive if I make that statement. Like I don't know a conversation I'd have where I felt like, unless it was like, girl, you in here building that whatever, and I go, that's right, I don't need a man. Mm-hmm. You know, that's the only like context I could say that I would be using it. But for the most part, if I have to make that statement, it is to diminish your value.
Right.
Okay, right. So let me ask a question here. Out of the relationships that your lady has been with, have you ever sat down and talked to your man and said, I need you?
I have.
How many men have you sat down and said, hey, baby, you know what? I need you.
Well, men that I've been in relationships with, but you know what? Let me just be 100% honest in this moment right now. You know, the men that I've been with, you know, in my past relationships, I haven't said I need you. So now I have to think about that because
thank you.
I didn't say that because they wasn't shit.
I ain't gonna tell you when I heard it. You know, it was like the wrong time.
Yeah, on a downstroke.
Yeah, you know.
You can be the king of Gibraltar on a downstroke, though. You know what I mean? So there's that. When you get up, it don't count.
Why are you even going there? Like, you see, here we go.
I thought we were just having a real conversation.
From our place of love.
We're having a real conversation right now, right? From a place of love.
Yeah.
I will have to say I haven't gotten to that place where I can say that I have wholeheartedly said to a man that I need you. And that is because of the dynamics of the relationships that we were in.
There would be a level of trust that you'd have to have to tell a man that you need them, because it's an extremely vulnerable place. So you'd have to be in a place of honesty within yourself.
Yeah.
Does it mean that you don't need him? No. But does that mean you would tell him that is a different story?
Okay, so then that's why you see the perspective that I'm coming from, because again, maybe it's something that maybe y'all are holding back from making men feel a different way. Because honestly, in my mind, I take it from a positive point of view. I don't like I said, I don't want you to need me. I want you to want me. You understand? But again, how many of these ladies in these relationships really sit this man down and say, I need you in my life?
A lot of men want to feel needed. Is that, am I wrong in that?
Hey.
Am I wrong in that? Do men want to feel needed? The men that are in the chat, do you guys want to feel needed? Is that something that you desire in your relationships, to feel needed?
Hell no. Do you want to be?
Or do you just want to be wanted, or both?
You don't want a woman to feel like she needs you.
We need that call. They want to call in. We need that call in.
No, right?
And Jerome said everyone wants to feel needed. I agree that we all want to feel needed, and I don't see what the problem is in feeling that.
Right.
I don't see what's wrong with that. They want to be needed. Women want to be feel needed. Women just don't want to feel wanted.
Right.
Because a man can want you.
Will tell you that though.
A man can want you. Right. A man can
want you. A man really, really do, because again, a man wants to be with a woman that wants to make him do better. That's the first quality. That's the first quality I have in dating. If I'm with you and I feel like I can't elevate or I don't want to do no better, then this is probably gonna be null and void. This ain't gonna work for us.
But I think it works on both sides, though.
I think so.
It works both ways. I think men feel the same way that women do when it comes to that. We both want to feel needed in that relationship, because then what are we doing?
Right. So the thing is, so fellas in the chat, I want to know how many women have ever really said, "I sat you down and say, listen, I need you, baby," because I think that could be the savior in a lot of relationships.
It could be, but so I've gotten the "I need you" when I was ready to kick a ninja to the curb. Oh no, I need you. Please don't leave me bleeding. I ain't gonna make it. I've gotten that. I absolutely have gotten it then. No, don't tell me that now. It's about to be over. Yeah. I want to know, and that's a great question to the fellas. Have you ever been told that by a woman that they need you?
Yeah.
I think that it really boils down to allowing yourself to be vulnerable and trusting in the person that you're sharing that with, that they are not going to take that and use it to, manipulate or hurt you.
Well, I also
Jerome said he doesn't need a woman to make him want to do better. He wants that for himself.
No. I get that. You always want to do better, but when you have a conversation and it's just certain things that a woman will communicating and doing certain things, you'd be like, damn, maybe I should look into doing this, or maybe I should look into doing that, because man, we don't have all the answers. We look forward. That's what we look forward. Y'all women, y'all got this going on over here. I don't know where you seen this shit over here from, but y'all. It took me a long time to get it, but when you could see this before it's coming, I really appreciate that. But that's a woman that really cares about you.
I know Tamara wrote, and this is why we need to get our call-in feature together.
She
has a long post, but I think it's relevant.
It's definitely relevant.
Read what she said. She said, I understand what Ra is saying, but women I feel, have systematically forced into that "I don't need a man" mentality, and we've passed it down from generation to generation. Mm-hmm. We are taught how to be independent solely on ourselves, but not taught how to coexist and have healthy relationships with our
You said something there.
Hold on.
All he cares about is that you agree with him.
You agree with him.
Let me just
but I totally agree with what you just said.
Right. And let's talk about the problem. A lot of the problem comes from the fact that we are taught, right? And I think I mentioned this when we were having our back conversation, that one of the things I had to unlearn was to take off the king's crown and not to put an S on my chest. Like, I don't want to wear the king's crown. It is not meant for me. But I was taught from a family of alpha women, right? My grandmother with my 5 aunts were all women who wore the king's crowns. And then my friends were, a lot of them had single parent households, and their mothers were the king and queen. And so I had a very warped thought process about what it took to coexist in a relationship and what to share with my counterpart. It's still behavior I'm unlearning that, you know, unfortunately, I still carry some of those same feelings of self-protection and distrust that don't allow me to say, I need you, even when I do.
Wow. But that's deep.
And yeah, and it and like you said, the back talk, you know, we was in the back room and we was talking about it on the production meeting. It's the same thing, and that's how I feel. Is that I come from 3 women. You understand? And you know, Glow will tell you all kinds of things.
Shout out to Mama Glow. Shout out to Mama Glow.
I want to talk about my mama, but I'm saying her thought process was really even schooling me on women. You know, she said when you're getting it sometimes, don't think it's you. They could be in survival mode. You understand? So at the same time, is that this is how we were raised coming up, going back. And that's why I really love the comment that Tamara said, because a lot of women was raised with the thought process. And shout out to Prince too, because me and Prince had the same conversation as well. Back in those days, is that's what had happened.
Right.
That, you know, and it's training. Like, you don't need no man. I'm mama. How many of us came in the house? I'm your mama and dad.
And your dad, yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? And that's kind of really what it needs. That's kind of really what it is.
It's true.
So now, and then I can take it a step further and say, women have accepted a less of a requirement from a man on this model of I don't need no man. Because now, only thing that you really probably need them for is the salon. Because y'all are working, y'all paying your own bills, y'all are paying your own mortgages, y'all are buying your own cars, y'all are doing a lot better than actually the men are right now. So the requirement of a man might be what you want. Coming in here, talking about you a king.
All of that is monetary, like that you just mentioned, right? And that's fine. Like I'm happy having my own purse. But the things I need a man for is like we were talking about earlier, is protection and having a partner, having that best friend, having that male energy that balances out my female energy, so that you know, I feel whole. And I think that we as just humans are meant to be in these coexisting relationships where those two things come together, and that's where the empowerment comes from, when it's healthy.
And I also, just to kind of piggyback off what you just said, you know, and when we're looking for someone to kind of make us come in and feel whole, I think that might be kind of where we go wrong. Because if we come to the table whole and they come to the table whole, then we're not looking for anyone to make us that. Exactly. You know what I mean? So that need for someone to come into to our situation and make us whole might be the wrong way to kind of look at things a little bit.
I think so.
You know,
should be whole.
You should be whole. And a lot of times, most of us are not, no matter how great we think we are. You know, we're coming in. Sometimes we're coming in with a lot of unhealed stuff going on, unhealed trauma, childhood stuff that's still we're dealing with. And it surfaces in so many different ways. It doesn't come out and say, hey, I'm unhealed trauma, this is what I'm going to do. It don't come out like that. It comes out in how you interact with the person that you're with. And when those conversations start to happen, that's when you start to recognize it. Well, dang, I'm still carrying this from.
And sometimes you don't.
And sometimes you don't.
Just be like, that's how I am. And you get that in relationships. Yeah. That's just how I am. I'm the kind of person that X, Y, and Z, not realizing that behavior has a stem. And if you are not self-examining, right? And I know I didn't for a very long time. I just was like, you know, I get up every day. My kids are great. I got a job. I'm not on drugs. I'm not beating up people. Like, I'm all right mentally. I'm good. And it really was not a place where I felt like I had to fix, because, hey, you can deal with it. Somebody loves me.
Somebody loves, right? I want to. Jerome said, alpha females in the wild know their place when it comes to the male counterpart.
Okay.
What does that mean?
I guess like a female, lioness. She knows her place.
Oh, okay. Because I was slow. I'm sorry. That was me. I was like, what?
Yeah,
I was taking it as a human. I was like, wait, are you calling us wild women?
No.
Oh, I get what you're saying. Yes, you're absolutely right. Because it's innate. It's innate for them.
Right.
It's,
they don't have the same trauma. Like
right.
as humans, we go through
right.
certain things that takes us off of that path. Like even our relationships with our men, and our fathers, even, right? It shapes you into a certain thing. And if that relationship is not healthy, then we wind up repeating a lot of that.
Yes, absolutely.
So, but it does take some repairing.
It does.
Yeah, but see, I got a thing too, because I can't figure out, as much as I love my daughter, her interest as men is just, it's a little different. And I know I did my thing as a dad, so I think that you like what you like.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know if you can like what you like. A lot of times, sometimes
No,
that's what as parents, we want to believe that we did everything right. But as a parent, I know that's not true.
No. What I'm talking about as far as being
boys, I'm sorry.
Right. I didn't apologize and wrote letters to my kids, all kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Listen.
No, but what I'm saying is as far as the protector, the provider.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
And the man is a father figure. You know what I'm saying? That just went out the window for what
probably was the salami.
Shout out to the salami.
We ain't doing that.
You don't want to hear that when it comes to your child, right?
That's right. Scrambled her mind. Said, what did my father say? I don't know.
What the man on the couch say? Too much information.
That's right.
Wait, what is Tamara?
Say, you know I'm gonna get you, right?
I want to say a lot. I can't.
I know Tamara's saying so much. I wish we had our call-in feature.
Call-in feature, sis. I'm sorry.
That's because we're thrown off balance. We really are. What did Jerome say? Would it be considered traumatic for a male to come in and kill all your children? Whoa.
That's what lions do. That's what male lions do.
Jesus. Jerome, the only true alpha female in nature is the lioness, and she runs the pride. The male is only there to assist in protection and to procreate, which procreation is all he's really needed for, because she and her female counterparts protect him and themselves as a group. Shout out to the lioness.
No, shout out to Jerome. Does he have a typewriter?
That wasn't Jerome.
That was Tamara. She was addressing Jerome's comment.
But the male lion does come into the pride, and if he defeats another male lion, and that lioness has had cubs, then that new male lion will kill all of the children because he only wants his lineage.
Right.
So he kills them all.
That might explain why some men, come in and have issues with the stepchildren. We had that conversation too, remember?
Well, yeah. They have issues with the stepchildren, especially, if Rise their daddy, you're gonna have problems.
And I think a man might feel some type of way if he comes into a situation and she has a bunch of kids and they're not his, because now there's a different dynamic going on.
But you know what?
I'm my daddy.
But
right.
But my thing is, what kills me is even with that, why would if you have a productive father in the picture, why would men feel that way? I never understood that.
Well, that's their own level of insecurities, because if the father is present, then you don't have to really worry about being their father.
Exactly.
Just come in and be the boyfriend.
That's
it. Or role model,
or a good male role
model. Right. Or female role model.
I'm not trying to replace anybody's
not trying to replace anybody's parent at all. I mean, if you come into a situation where the child is there and there is no mother or father in the picture, and it's just that one single parent, and you decide to adopt that child into your life and raise them, then that's on you. He said that's not true. You have to worry about those kids. That's not true and unrealistic. Well, yeah, you do. I don't mean it in a sense where you don't care about them.
Or that you're not
that you're not
being
right.
a role model. It's
but
a
not a
different
father
thing to take on a parental role.
Right. When you don't necessarily
if they have
have
their
to.
parent, if they have, their mother's very active, let's say for us, if the mother is very active in that child's life and you get married to the husband and the child is around, you don't have to take on the mother role.
Right.
You can take on the role of being a role model for them and, being active in their lives in that way and lending advice and conversation and things of that nature. But you don't necessarily have to parent.
Right. And there should be no intimidation, because sometimes the situation happens and the current partner is intimidated by the father.
Yeah, but you know what's crazy? Being that we said that, I got a friend. I'm not gonna really say no names, but his stepdaughter got married. He always says it's his daughter, right? So she got married, and guess who walked the daughter down? The stepdaughter. Guess who walked the daughter down the aisle?
The father.
He did, and the father was at the wedding.
Wow. Well, that was the dynamics of their situation. That man came in and stepped in when maybe the father wasn't there.
I don't know what it is, but he said that was asked of me, and I was like, "Well, is he coming to the wedding?" He said, "Yeah." I just found that I was like, "Wow, you're really a great man." I got nothing but respect to him.
And the fact that the father showed up to the wedding and didn't have no ill will, he knew what it was. He knew he wasn't there. He was like, I know I wasn't shit.
Must have felt good.
Right, exactly. So
I'd have been showing my daughter get married and some other nigga. My daughter.
See, but that wouldn't have been your situation because you're an active father. This person probably was not.
Wow.
You're an active father.
I mean, I can only assume that
room in your daughter's life to be able to have
that
role, because you're just not gonna. It ain't enough space for both of y'all, and you're not getting up an inch. So
exactly. So that you flipping everything over. If that was happening, you come in there turning over tables and pews. That is not about to happen.
I'm calling the guy on the couch on that one.
We busting up in the place. Because that's not going down. It won't be no wedding. It won't be no wedding today.
Exactly.
And that's real talk. Wait, we got some more comments. The daughter made that decision for her own reason. And that's right. The daughter made that decision to choose that person to walk her down the aisle. This is who I want to give me away.
He must have been a better influence in her life, like, where you feel the most loved and appreciated, and you want to reciprocate that by giving him that honor.
Agreed. I totally agree with that. But
right.
Yeah, so go ahead. Crazy. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, when I heard that, I was like, wow, that's big.
But you knew the father, or you knew
I knew the father.
So how did the father feel about it? Did he say?
Sorry, I knew the stepfather. I'm sorry.
Oh, you knew the stepdad. You didn't know the father. Okay.
And he sounded a little surprised.
Oh wow! But the father was there, so I mean,
father was there. Yeah.
What was he going to do?
But it's great. I mean, but that's a great situation.
I agree. And what was he going to do?
Yeah.
We are coming up on the end of our season 4, y'all. We are at the end. That was a great conversation. I wish we can go on and continue.
We will be back the first Sunday in May.
So, I mean, but we're going to pop up here and there during the month of April. So make sure you guys, but we want to definitely shout out Blue Rain Radio for rocking with us all season and giving us the platform to actually broadcast on that radio station. Shout out to Blue Rain Radio. Shout out to Helena. We're going to definitely shout out all our listeners and viewers that listen to us and watch us on YouTube and Facebook, and we on Spotify. So y'all can always go back and catch some old episodes. So go and check us out because they're all on YouTube. Subscribe to our channel. Tell your friends about us.
Share it
and like it. And make sure you guys, we want to see you in Cabo in September.
Absolutely.
What my
www. Because if you want to see Ra and some Speedos, make sure you'll be in Cabo. So www.theteamremy.com. Go and book. We want to see you there. So as you guys know, we end every show with a quote. So here's our final quote for season 4, y'all.
Drum roll.
If you're short and sweet, if you want peace of mind, do what you need.
Oh, okay.
And on that note, we will see y'all next season for season 5.
Thank you for rocking out with us,
Thanks,
y'all.
guys. Peace and
I'm
love.
Team Remy's on DJ Big Rock as we bring down the Cabo Experience 2022. I'm bringing talent. I'm bringing stiletto. I'm bringing Kenny Williams. I'm bringing DJ Warren, DJ Zah, DJ Storm, DJ K-Dog, and Uptown Zone, Jeff Ray. For more info, go to www.theteamremy.com and you're drawing. Hold up. Go to www.theteamremy.com as we bring you all around. 5 days, 4 nights, opening party in the sky, Shake Your Day Pool Party, Madness Party featuring Jeff Brand, All White Bon Voyage Comedy Show, special performance by RL. Yes, Big Rock's gonna be on the dance, and I'm bringing my cousins with me.